Hello, KW Malaysia. Very good morning to all of you and happy Valentine's Day. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Winning Mondays, where we share winning strategies, your success stories, and the latest strategies for real estate market share dominations and technology disruptions. Can you share with us in one word your win for the last 1 week and also for this month of February? What are you looking forward to winning and celebrating this week as well? Looking forward to hear from more of you this morning of your winnings. And it's like for the past almost every 2 to 3 days, I receive news of producing R2 agents joining us, and we are winning more and more market share in the market. It's a very exciting journey ahead. And this year, we are potentially looking for a new market centers. Do time in the chat of your success and the winning so that we can share the joy and win this together with you this morning. Yeah. In Keller Williams, our mission is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Our vision is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. Keller Williams is a technology company that provides the real estate platform to our agents, buyers, and sellers prefer. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trainer consultant, and focuses on all its activities on service, productivity, and profitabilities. In Keller Williams, we believe technology exists to simplify everyday life, making room for what truly matters and giving you the freedom to be more human, more presence, and more of everything. As home and businesses increases coexist and the virtual life transit itself into reality, as a real estate negotiator, you need a partner with the right tools, tech, and resources to help you to maintain your business at a high level, whether rain or shine. You will find that partner in Keller Williams. We invite you to join us and be part of Keller Williams' big family. I'm Nicholas Yeap, the Chief Technology Officer of Keller Williams Malaysia, and together with me this morning is Francis Ngooi, our special guest, sharing with you his secret winning strategies using KW Command, where he closed 9 deals back-to-back in the last 4 months. And Francis, welcome to our show this morning. Put our hand together and welcome Francis, our superstar for today. Hey, Francis, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, thank you for joining us despite your busy schedule. Please introduce yourself and tell us more about your real estate journey.
I joined real estate just about under 3 years, about 3 years now, coming to the third year. That's when I first moved to Kuala Lumpur. I have been living abroad for many years, so KL is the first time for me being here. So when I first came, I was still teaching, so I have no idea, no sense of directions where I am, and I just found a place that I'd been before in Subang, so I just happened to live there. And of course, it's a challenge not being able to know the locations where you are, etc. So when I first started in the real estate, it's not easy, because when you sell a property, you need to know the locations inside out to be able to sell a property, and it takes me a while to get into it.
How long does it take for you to close your first deal?
Oh, the first deal, yeah, it's actually from a private client. Previously, I was a fitness professional for the last 20 years. So she was my client, and we were doing private training. And that time I first started, so I posted something on my Facebook, and she saw it. I said, "Oh, you're in property now. We're having a diversity in going into real estate investment." So then I recommend her to the property that I was selling back then in Monkiara. And back then, to be honest with you, I have no idea where Monkiara is still very new, and how big it is, or what is the populations, or what are the people who lived in Monkiara. I have absolutely no idea. But she supported, and she actually bought 2 units to kickstart my whole journey.
So you were telling us that 3 years ago, like you have no idea what real estate is, and you have no experience at all in the industry.
No, not experience at all. It's the fact that I'm also a spiritual practitioner, and I joined the real estate as part-time then, as everyone else, for extra income, as one of the main thing. And second is we believe that if what goes around comes around. So if you are able to help someone to find a home, then you will be blessed with one. So it's a principle that's with me all the time. So regardless of how big the transaction will be, it's still the same treatment you'll be given to all these clients. Whether it's a small, big rental or sales, it's always the same.
To all our listeners who are very new into properties, and also perhaps they are also doing part-time at that level, what would your and what trigger point that actually bring you to basically decide to actually make it full force and go full-time?
Well, partly after teaching 20 years, it's a passion thing that I went into fitness industry. But then at this age, I don't think anyone wants to see me on stage shaking my booty, teaching dance class or anything else. So I think it's time to let go. So and of course COVID came in and it really hit the market. I remember I used to be paid $300 an hour for a private training, and during COVID time in Malaysia, they only paid me 20 bucks, 20 ringgit, not bucks, 20 ringgit an hour. And it's not even enough to cover my, what do you call that? The Zoom subscriptions to have it running for group classes. So it's just like slowly, to have a change.
And we know that you recently closed 9 back-to-back deals in just 4 months itself, right? And can you share with us just about this success story, and where did these come from, and how did you follow up your clients, and how do you seal the deal?
Now, honestly, look back, I still don't know how it's done, but I think it was the right time that I came into Keller Williams, where the lockdown was just about to lifted. So I was continuing doing what I was doing during the lockdown period, and then it's a sudden boom. I think everyone. It helps in the market that everyone think, oh, it's lifted, things are gonna hike up again and go up. So everyone start searching. So it's happened that the property I've been selling since day one still happens to have balance unit, and people start to approach. So, and I happen to find out, oh wow, there's still balance unit. So I approach Wing, the platform leader, said, look, there's still balance unit, let's go and get it. So then I start to use the command systems to campaign, to advertise, and the leads start to come in. And also because of that, what has been spread, so there's many referrals. Those who are an owner on that building start to approach their friends to come and look for me. So yeah, I'm not sure whether it's luck but it just came nonstop. So I literally have like 5 to 6 appointments a day. Starts from as early as you can be until sometimes up to midnight.
Wow. Is there a kind of a system that you have established? Is something that you
it's
have no idea?
Sudden search. It's just game. So it was
after you decided to launch your first campaign.
Yeah, I launched multiple campaigns. It's not just the block that I'm selling. It also expand all the way to Langkawi. So I actually travel monthly basis to Langkawi. Because when I came back from overseas, I did live in Langkawi for about 6 years. So people there are a bit more conservative in the sense that those advertisements that you put up, they don't really respond to that. They are more to face-to-face friendship kind of thing. So I literally have to fly into Langkawi on a monthly basis. to have coffee with them, chit chat with them, and so yeah.
Interesting, exciting. So like just with like several campaigns that you have just launched using Command, that you're able to just attract a lot of leads coming back to you.
Yes, it does, because I mean, we all been everyone that's here and everyone that's listening, and especially when you start real estate, if you don't come from a marketing background, which I don't, and which I don't really like, to be honest with you, in marketing, because being on stage like 20 years, I'm the person that give instructions. I tell you what to do. You listen to what I say. So for me to be able to pull that back, and to in the marketing, and you had to flatter them a bit and all that stuff, it's a challenge for me in many ways, but I get through that. So and the hardest part is, I think many people that start in real estate, that based on my experience, not everyone has that kind of extra cash to be able to advertise, and it's really expensive to do advertisement. So the last sessions I shared, that someone asked me, Francis, how many Facebook do you have accounts? I told them I have 3. I have 3 accounts because I was having difficulty to really advertise. So I have to do all this free advertisement, post in those property groups, and sometimes I overblast, they block me. So I open another Facebook account and blast again, and they block me, and I went another one, and I just, it just keep rotating. Of course, it's a slow process, but that is the only way that you can, if you have limitations of cash flow, that's the only thing you can do, unless you really want to give up and go back to sit in the office 9 to 5 and wait for month-end salary. So so it's how to say, it's this exciting, it's something, there's a will, there's a way. So I think many people give up in real estate because they cannot go past that stage, and they leave the thing is not making, they're not making enough, or it's not generating enough for them.
Apparently your 3 profiles on Facebook's
It's still on. I think I need
and it's not a state that they actually like ask you to just stick with your 3, otherwise they get confused, and they know like they already get used to
someone tag or using my profile. I say, no, it's me.
Like in your journey, like the last 3 years adopting technologies, like how crucial do you think, like how important do you think like the technologies helped you in your real estate journey, having it or without having it?
Okay, for someone already on that level of success in the industry, they might not see at this moment of time that how this command system campaign actually saved for them. But if they find out how much they can actually save, I'm very certain they will hop over either. It's just that these conventional agencies, they always give up car incentive, trip incentive, etc. To be honest, I'm very weird in some way that I'm not attracted to those things. So formally, they will throw, you have to do this and you will get that. It's like, I don't need that. So it's not going to work for me the way you're going to push me. It's not how you're going to relate to me. But I think for many agents that really want to pass that first stage of success, it's the investment part. I find a lot of agents are not willing or unable. Not willing is one thing, but unable to come up with that kind of resources to fund their advertising, the campaign, and they feel that they have not reached the level, oh, the money is going to go just like that. So I think with the campaign, I believe the campaign that they can explore with us, it's one of the main steps. And also in any agencies, I think incentives that we should be given, it should be given accounts for agents to advertise freely. if they are really honestly, they want to, like having the car and they pay for you for a year, and then the next year you have a headache again, and how you're going to pay on your own. But I think for me, mainly, I mean, I'm speaking for myself, that the most important thing is to be able to advertise what you want to do. And many agents are not able to get that stage. So when you are not getting that part of the business going, you are not generating customers. And that's why you're not seeing the incomes and the success in getting customers.
So in other words, that you're saying that instead of those incentive that could be a good incentive,
Yeah,
like
even
what is important is the value adding to you as an agent.
Yes. I think because unless you are a hit and run agent, it's a different story. But if you're going to build a business, this is the tools that you really need on a daily basis. You need to generate clients, but to generate clients, if you don't have this command system, you have to come up with a lot of money. And especially now, we're talking about COVID. Cash is king. Everyone's claiming cash is king. Even those buyers with lots of cash, they can actually afford to buy cash, but they are not buying cash because they want to reserve the fund for emergency. And it's a common sense that we need to have backup fund. Anything could happen.
Have you personally used Facebook account managers like to advertise your business?
I did before, and the leads actually came up to about 100 ringgit a lead, and that was even not a good lead. It's like I did not register.
And so there's a big difference when you actually switch it to
it's huge. It's depending on the location that you advertise, right? For example, now I'm based in Monkiara, and the leads are very expensive. Minimum, I would say at least 60 ringgit. And I have my former colleagues that they still advertise, and he told me he spent about, I don't know, by the thousands. And I was thinking, oh my God, the money that he spent, I could have get hundreds of leads than getting 10 leads.
So have you invited your friend to come and join KW Williams?
He's a tough cookie. I'm working on him. No, I'm just
how much reduction have you seen, like from using the Facebook account managers to advertise compared to campaigns?
Oh, it's different. It's a huge difference. Like I said, I used to pay 100 ringgit for a lead that is not even genuine. When I ran that campaign, I temporarily stopped running the campaign because I was trying to settle these 9 cases. It's almost over, so I'm just reviewing my next steps of where to branch out. So with campaign, my leads I paid is about as low as $2 US, which is what, under 10 ringgit.
Under 10 ringgit, yeah.
Under 10. And it came in. Even if half of it is not genuine, it's okay. It's just 10 ringgit. But somehow the campaign that I put on was almost every single lead was genuine. So even that specific property that advertised, it doesn't interest them after introduce them. They asked to look for others nearby or that matches what they need. So it just keep rolling because the lead is there. So it's just a matter of how you're going to dig them out and provide them what they need. So yeah, it's still ongoing. So the leads that I had before, it's still working. I mean, it doesn't mean it's a waste.
For all our listeners here who have not started with a campaign and they're thinking a lot how to start, and I've spoken to many agents where they actually find it tough and difficult to even kickstart. So what is your advice to them?
Join us. Join us and make use of the campaign. And down deep inside everyone that's in the real estate business, I believe what you need the most is your client. So when you are not able to find clients, you go nowhere. So, but where do you find your client? How are you going to find your client? And the resources that you have is enough for you to get those clients. So I'm telling you that this is the best part while I joined Keller Williams, because of what I needed the most is being provided. That I found what I really need to be able to really expand, and obviously it really shown in the result that it really helps me.
So any one of you, if you have any questions for Francis, do type it in the chat so that I can actually bring your questions live. Like in one of the comments that Francis is unique because you have your own USP, that no one will get confused by looking at you because no other agents have your style.
Oh, trust me, you met my partner, right? He is he has the same hairstyle as me.
Okay, so we have one questions like in the chat that how did you kickstart using campaigns? Did you go for a workshop or you got anyone?
No, I have not been for any workshop on how to do the campaign. I mean, I run the campaign before on my own, and but like I say, the cost is very expensive. And for the last 20 years, I love arts. I love arts too, and I believe for anyone that want to be success, to be at the very top level, you need to know every single thing that is basic from the very bottom. So you need to start from very bottom. So I spent the last 20 years using Photoshops. I design my own ads, creating advertisement, learn how to do video shooting. Every listing that I have, I will make sure that I'll try to make myself go and take proper pictures, learn how to do video editing and everything, because those video editing, again, it costs lots of money. We know you pay by thousands to a company or someone to produce a video for you, and it costs a lot of money. So I try to minimize those by exploring myself. So sometimes, especially the early stage when I first started, like I said, I would post to every single channel. It takes me hours to about 3 o'clock in the morning. And even to today, if I have taken videos, I will spend time to, I look at a few hours a day just to edit videos.
So you're still doing it now?
I'm still doing it now. I'm still doing it now. I mean, it's not that I don't want to let people earn. It's just that I want to, I have this, how to say, I would say attitude. I love to see the things I want to see how it's done. When you give it to someone, I will still have to go through every single thing, every single details, how people do it, and I will make sure they do edit. And that takes even more time when I ask them to edit things, and it takes a longer period. And I'm quite impatient sometimes, waiting for something to come back to me. So it's like, this customer has, or this property needs to be sold or to be rented. By the time you wait for another source to develop that video or ads for you or to put up, that fire, that passion, that heat is already gone.
So there's a saying, that's when there's a will, there's way, and I can see that you have these strong passions to ensure that all the things that you actually produce to be out to the markets and or even for your clients,
like quite instantly. And sometimes if you need to get the value, I will bang on the bankers. I mean, people always say you have to be nice to the bankers or else they reject your loans. I think it's a mutual understanding between you and the bankers as well. If you are being a professional real estate negotiator, when you constantly deal with them professionally, even if you chase them, they reply you professionally as well. They don't see you as you can't wait, then don't wait, go find other bankers. It's the perceptions that people create. I think it's when you have this proper business that going and people know how you deal with things professionally, they will deal with you professionally as well. And if they know they are late, they will still reply you in a professional way. So I'm quite lucky to have bankers.
There's one question from our audience, like saying, how long and how much generally do you pay for campaigns?
Now, I would say less than 1,000.
Sorry, less than 1,000.
Less than 1,000, maybe. Because, like I say, for the last 2 months or so, I've been trying to work on getting the case through. So I have one more to go, and now I'm just starting to look at the next thing I'm going into. So because I have a few guys that join me, so I need to work together with them as well. I want to see them how to say comfortable transferring over to Keller Williams. So spend some time with them and find something that we can work together. So we're in the process of finding how we're going to go out now.
Yeah, another question that the audience would like to know, like, was it overwhelming when you actually closed the 9 deals? How did you cope with it?
I just have my smile every day. I just like, how do I cope?
It comes so naturally to you, right?
Sorry?
Like it just comes so naturally to you, like you're just autopilot on success.
Honestly, the phone is really non-stop messaging and coming and calls. And when you're doing something so busy, right, the call will just keep coming in. It's like, who to reply first?
Yeah, this is the second time that I heard about like the overwhelming success that you actually have. I think like I have this like a personal encounter with Francis where we have a side chat. They told me that at one point of time you actually closed about 20 to 30 over units of rental like in a month, right? In the property area that you are into.
Yeah, rental is not something that I normally do in the past. It's just that during the lockdown, it's quite hard to, because being Malaysian, we are not quite how the Western would do, to go online and have fear. And of course, they haven't really adapted that culture yet fully, not everyone. So I have to pay bills, I have to pay my rent, and I have to pay the banks, the loans, and everything. So I picked up, and I was blessed as well at the same time. Like I say, what goes around comes around. So how you treat people, how people treat back. So I have you met my partner, right? Just 2 days ago. We have the same hairstyle, and we have the same same thinking, same goal, how you want to reach things. So during the lockdown time, he just shipped the whole bunch of keys over to me, and yeah, so we just like split it half and half. And even then, how do I put it? I picked that up on the rental thing, and so overwhelmed. And I mean the success close, well, you can see from the record about 20, 30, maybe a rental on during that time in a month.
But technical questions now. Did you run video ads using campaign?
I do. And I think at this moment of time that we are in the COVID situations, right? People love to see video. People spend so much more time slicing on the phones, and video is the one that attracts them rather than.
Which app do you use for video editing? Like I think that we are getting more details, more technicals right now. Like, I love those questions that's coming in, and please continue to ask more questions in that question.
I use Video Leap.
Video Leap, okay, all right, it's good. So that's the only app that you use so far?
Yeah, it's not the best, but it's the easiest and to be able to to do the video.
And how fast it actually takes you, like from video, video filming it to editing it? How long does it actually take you using
at first it takes one video takes about 3-4 hours. Now I would say 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I experienced there's one that you actually took the video of the unit where you actually the next day that's the video is completely done.
Yeah,
it's up.
I could have done it immediately as well, but it's just because other appointment comes in, and by the time you reach home you're knackered, and you need to be fresh as well to do the video. When your brain is not functioning well, the video doesn't. How something is produced, it comes from how your heart at the moment of time when you're doing it.
So Video Leap, is it a free software or is it like
it's a free software, but it's limited, so you have to pay for it.
Yeah, okay, it's good. Like you can always start with free
Really,
software.
I don't think it's very expensive. I think I can't remember how much I pay, but I think it's about 40 ringgit a month or something like that, or 200 ringgit plus for the entire year.
So what's your YouTube channel? So someone is asking for your YouTube channel.
Oh, Christ almighty. Hang on. Oh, just type my name, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, just type Francis, like Francis Ngooi, then you'll be able to find him. Yeah.
All Francis in the country.
So how many days do you actually run a campaign and how much per campaign? Like getting a little bit more tactical, right? Yeah.
Well, the minimum run is 10 days.
Minimum run is 10 days. So that's
10 days. So depending on that specific project that or property I'm advertising, the max I've tried is $40 for that 10 days.
$40 for the 10 days. So
for that 10 days.
Spend about $4 per day for the ads, which is roughly about like less than 20 ringgit.
Yes, and that generates about I think about 30 about 30 to 40 leads.
But also with
I think it was that.
With $40, so you generate about like 40.
Maybe about 30. Sorry, maybe
30,
about 30. I run many ads, so I can't quite remember. That was one of the highest I've got.
That's kind of like $1 per leads. And out of the 40 leads, so what's the kind of breakdown looks like? Like out of the 40 leads, how many of those leads actually are genuine?
I would say 80%.
80% genuine.
80%, yes, 80% was genuine.
So
I never had that before. In the past, it's like 60% are crap.
Wow. So out of the 80% that's genuine, how many actually go into the appointments?
I would say half of it.
Half of it. So like you have 40.
So the sales are, I think, 3 or 4 actually, I think 2 or 3 actually successfully convert into actual sales.
Wow. So like from 40 to 32 of like 80% is 32, another 50% actually go for the appointment. You have 16 that go for appointment. So out of the 16 that actually go for the appointment, that you actually close about 3 to 4 deals from there.
Yeah, 2 to 3, I believe. Yeah.
2 to 3. Wow, amazing. That's amazing. Like out of 16, like you have about 20 to 30% closing rate, success closing rate from that literary campaign that you only spend close to like $40.
Yes, and it was not a hard close, to be honest. I'm not boasting, but it was quite instant that they come and view the actual thing and they make a deposit, a booking fee just in the evening. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure whether it's luck or I don't know.
Okay, there must be a lot of foundation works that you've done. Definitely, it's not. I don't think it's really luck.
I think everyone would agree that in this when you are trying to sell too many things and you know things 6:30, the chances of you closing it's very low. But when you know your things on the fingertips, it's a confident thing. And even for anyone that it's regardless of which agency you're at, if you're doing part-time freelance in real estate, first thing I would suggest you not to mention to any end user or buyer or tenant that you are part-time. Because if I'm going to invest a $1 million property to buy, I'm not going to look for a part-time real estate agent because I will not have confidence what's going to happen to my $1 million.
Because there's one question is like, what's the breakdown of the 9 deals? So they're interested to dive a little bit deeper of like, is it rental or sale? Like, I mean, like, are you comfortable to reveal that? So like primary or secondary market?
What kind of breakdown?
Yeah.
What kind of breakdown?
Yep. Of the 9 deals, like rental or sale?
That is 9 sales. 9 sales.
Sale. Wow. Okay, 9 sale. All right. Is it primary or secondary market?
Primary.
Primary markets. Is
it's a balance unit from the. It's actually secondary sales, but it's just that it comes from the developer. It's a ready building. So there's an end product to see for the end user.
Is it all at Arte Moncera?
Not all of it. Some of them are in Langkawi, like I said. I have traveled down. So that's
Probably 50% in Langkawi and 50% is Aceh.
I would say 10% Langkawi still, because that one is,
Langkawi, all right. Like the rest are Montiara.
yeah, rental. I lost count, so don't ask me the figure.
Amazing, amazing. Like, thanks for sharing with us. Like, what, could you, how important you think is like culture, like in your real estate business?
Okay, first, one thing that I noticed when I came over, this is no offense, yeah, no offense to anyone listening from any other place. Before, when two agents meets to try to sell something or to rent something out, the first thing is how much am I getting? How much percent am I getting a split? I know we are all here because we want to earn extra money, or be comfortable by earning. But like I said, my priority is always it's different from other people. So, but when I came to Keller Williams, everyone that approaches me to do a business together, the aim is actually really about the client, about how we're going to solve this, how we're going to sell this, how we're going to rent it out. It's the main purpose. We don't talk about figure at this point. And I find it's not that it's not important, but it's like there is a trust and genuine going to work together. It's like our main purpose is to get this out, to sell it out. To be honest, even for rentals, there are agents that is not willing to even to share with you. They want to do everything on their own, and they're not willing to co-broke whatsoever. And that's fine. But like me and my partner, we have lots of units. Our main concern is how we can get this out, because these owners, they have mortgage to pay monthly. And when it's so competitive, we just want to make sure they don't get into a situation that their units, they have to go for long or whatsoever. Because when we sell that property, we literally successfully, like for life, we have to pay mortgage. They have to pay mortgage, and it's our responsibility. If we accepted the job, it's make sure that it's really rented out for them. So even at times when I saw some agent looking for units, they want to, but they are unwillingly to co-broke. I will actually, honestly, but please don't hate me, those who are working with me. I will actually give the contact of the agent to to those really desperate landlords. Can you please call him? He's looking for something. And then the landlord will ask, are you sure you're not getting it? It's fine. I know you have mortgage to pay, but just call. Just call. It doesn't matter. But I would
show an attitude where you actually it's all about the customers. It's all about providing the value.
I mean, I always put myself, if I am the owner, I am paying mortgage and my unit is not going out. This agent that I assigned to is not helping. It's haven't successfully, find a tenant for me. And especially if you have no backgrounds of how this works, it's a lot of burden for them, especially in this COVID time. And you have to feel you have to be in their shoes to feel the pain that they're actually going through. So if some tenants that offer ridiculous amount of rent is so low, I will reject them as well, as much as how my owners wants to rent it out. But I think it's not justified what they should be renting to you, because you're just taking advantage of people to that extent. So yeah, I will not, honestly, I will drop them.
Amazing. I was just want to share one testimonies for Francis. I have a unit that actually just contacted Francis. That was 25th of January. I actually reflected back. It was on the 25th of January, a couple of days before Chinese New Year, and I just randomly texted him, being very new in the industry. We just texted him, and then I said, okay, let me just come and have a look. And say, I don't do your area, but let me just come and have a look. So immediately on the same day, actually came and have a look, do the video shoots, and then we just done very quick. I think less than half an hour that you actually spent with me. get all the details, like video shoot, the things, take some photos, and then ciao, that you are. And then like, I think less than 18 days, less than 18 days, you actually get the unit out rented with the price that actually want it to. And that's amazing and fantastic works. I've so much of like a good testimonies of working with you throughout that short 18 days. Fantastic. Like, well done. Thanks, Francis, for that. And how, like, the one that actually amazed me is the way that you're being very responsive, like always there for the clients, and also like keep having your clients in mind, like continue to give the updates and tips to the clients. I believe we have lost Francis for a while.
Sorry, yeah, the line got cut off.
Yeah, I mean, like, not sure whether you actually heard the testimonies I've actually given.
No, I did not. Damn.
You didn't, huh? Okay, let me just repeat that. I had this experience with Francis. There was like I started to get to know him on the 25th of January. We actually have a unit that I actually wanted to rent it out. Like, I know that he's in One Kiara area, but my unit's like, he actually wasn't in that location where I am. And in I think in total of 18 days, like managed to get the unit rented out. In my last 18 days journey with Francis, like, I see how professional he is and how fast he actually like don't waste time. I think like on the day that I actually spoke to him, on the same day that I actually came and visit the unit, on the even at about, I think about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening, that we just came, did the shoot, and then like less than half an hour you actually get everything done. And then the video is like DIY by yourself, and it's very professionally done. And just less than a day, then everything is up. And 18 days, boom, like the things was rented out like on the price that I actually wanted. So good job and well done.
Thank you.
That, yeah. And in the entire process, I see that you're really looking after your customers' interests, like both the buyer and the tenants at the same time.
Yeah, when you are representing both sides, you have to be, how to say, you have to be fair to both. Before I get into, before I get into the fitness industry, I was a loss adjuster. So assessing loss damage before you claim insurance. So we have to act as the mutual party between the insurer and the insuree. So, you know, it's the same thing. I mean, you can't really take sides on one. It has to be win-win situation for both.
It's great. The posture and attitude is so different here. And what is like in this year of 2022? What are you expecting for your business?
I'm still working on the figure, but I had to readjust from when I first started with, you know, when I came in. I have this basic figure, and things went 3 times beyond my budgeted amount. So now I'm just in the middle of redoing everything.
Okay, they have one question from audience, like, how do you divide work between yourself and your partner, and what are the responsibility of each party?
Okay, we have the same how to say, thinking. So it's either him make the decisions or I make the decisions, and usually it's the same thing. And it depends on how difficult one part of if the landlord is the harder part one, and he has the landlord, he make the decisions, I let him do it. Or sometimes the tenant side is a bit more tricky part, then I will make the decisions, you know, depending. Either one will make, but usually our answer will be more or less the same.
So that's on the decision making. But what about in terms of the work on a day-to-day basis? How is there any differentiations between the work that you guys do?
It's either he do it or I do it. So we see how we split the job. I mean, if he's available and I know I'm going to be busy on that day, then I'll pass to him. Or if I'm going to be traveling up north to Penang or to Langkawi, then I will pass everything to him.
So basically, both of you are actually doing the same scope of works on the day.
Yes.
So you actually independently run and but leverage on one another's strength whenever there's
yes,
that's
yeah,
how your partnership.
because we have sort of the same directions and same mindset and same look. Everything is about I think finding partners to work with the partners is very important because I don't get partners like this in the past. So it's somehow I just know him for a year, and yeah, I'm blessed to have him, to be honest.
Yeah, in terms of partnerships, what are the criteria that you actually look at? Like, what are some of the pointers that you actually can give it to our audience today?
To be honest, I'm like I say, I can be very detective sometimes. So I'm very selective and whatever I do, it's first thing that comes in my mind is always trust. If someone will have to betray my trust one time and that's it. Everything subsequently after that, I will be very cautious with you. Or in fact, I will go very details. I will draw the line and I'll go very details.
So make sure you spell the expectations clearly, like before you enter into the partnership.
It's the same thing. Someone will have to pay me a salary. If I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave in a proper manner. But as long as you're getting that salary, you do your job. And when you set yourself so high, everything you expect is also at that par level. So and to be honest, from the past profession that I'm in, real estate is really not that hard. It's not rocket science, right? There's a couple of things to do. It's just that everything that you want to do in life, nothing will change if you don't change the heart. The first thing you need to change is to change the heart to what you want to do.
Amazing. Right. So like, what would be your advice for anyone who actually keen to leverage on KW Command? Like, where do you think that they should start?
Like anyone else, for me, I would say the campaign is the first thing. When you don't have business coming in, no matter what you do, it's not going to work. So business has to first come in first.
Okay, for those who have yet to leverage on KW Command, even though you are KW associates, it's very important that you learn to start with Command. And how easy is it for you to kickstart? Do you think?
Well, like I said, I know how to design and how to do videos. For me, it's like piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Okay.
So it's just a matter of time. Having said that, I bumped into someone a couple of days ago, about a week ago. I met back in high school. And it's been a very popular questions along my life for the last 20 years that I don't see you in clubs, I don't see you in bistros, hanging out and all that stuff. And don't you feel bored? Kind of things. I think we all come from different backgrounds. I don't have time for that. I don't even watch TV. So I don't see hanging out there makes any benefits to my life. And from the way we are doing work, you see people every day. The last thing you want to do when you have your own time is not to see any more people. I just want to have my own time and peaceful moment. And I say there's nothing wrong with it.
That's where at the end of the day, you just want to unwind yourself, right? To just relax.
Yeah, you just unwind yourself and do things and the me time, exactly. So and I'm musically inclined since I was 10. My godfather, he also because of that, since age of 10, my godfather, he's a Scot, and it's very strict British way of dealing things, and he's a captain. So if the ship goes down, he goes with it. So I'm trained in military way in that sense that everything that you do, you have to be responsible for it. And there's no shortcut in success. And even for me to back then, if I enter the house, if I would have this slang, he will shut me. Do not slang in my house. you have to be proper accent. So, when you are at sea, when you're sailing, you have bad weathers, if you do not take command, you're going to sink. So I think it's the military way that I've been trained since young age. And he also is the choir master, and he's been trained to sing, trained me to sing back then. So everything, I think it's where family value comes from and how you are brought up, So if you are not that science, I think it's something that you need to change your priority in works. So if work is not important for you, or maybe you're born silver spoon, then it's a different story. But still, if you're born silver spoon, you want to carry on the business from your family. If you don't have that attitude, it's not going to work either.
Yeah, the discipline is so important in life. I think it's like this.
Yes.
You actually really manage your time really, really well, and staying very focused in what you actually do. Yeah, even including rest, that you have to just block that time for you to rest, for you to think, for you to re-strategize on the next day.
Honestly, the time to rest, I don't know where I have, but when I have my own me time, not mingling out means I don't drink alcohol for one. So my past professions are, I teach on stage, loud music and all that, and you hear, all these women. So the last thing is, no other humans around me. Even if I have never stepped into a club more than 10 times in my life. If I were to go, you're a dance teacher, what you not in the dance floor? I say, going down there is like going back to work. So, it's I don't know.
Yeah, to maintain your professionalism at all times. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and for our audience today who are actually not sure what is KW Command, so KW Command is an integrated suite of tools that helps you to connect with your clients in a very targeted and meaningful way, from lead to closing to a lifetime client relationship management. This KW Command is a leading edge real estate technology that puts you in control of your database, your business, and your future. For any agent who would like to book a tech audit sessions for your business, you may book a tech audit session with me over Workplace. For those of you who are interested to look at your business and look into how to kickstart. I'm opening up 3 slots for next week for those who are interested to actually book a tech audit sessions. I think you can also directly contact Francis for those who are interested to basically to find out more information on how he actually leveraged on KW Command and achieve the success that he actually using. Francis, we talk a lot about success. Could you share with us some of the disappointments and some of the real things that you actually faced that is not so successful that you have actually faced that's become back to reality?
In real estate, it's like when someone tried to undercut you. I think that's very common that we all face. But then again, at that spur of moment of time, yes, you feel the anger. People took the business from you. But again, the only way that you can bypass that is to think differently. When you think differently, things change. When someone took my business away, I always affirm myself, for every case that you took from me, I'll be blessed with another 10. So you have to constantly make yourself positive. Find ways that make you positive. I mean, things happen, and things happen for a reason. And if it wasn't for what happened in the past, I would not be at Keller Williams. So never use the word, why didn't you join earlier? Or why didn't you do this earlier? If I would done that earlier, things would not be the same as what it is today.
Yeah, the best timing is always now.
Yes, things happen for the right reason, for the right time, at the right place, with the right people. And whatever is in the past is the past. It's not going to come back. If you've done everything, we all make mistakes along the way in life. And it's how you realize what you have done and how you make it right.
Thank you, Francis.
So,
Thank you for joining
yeah.
us this morning. Do you have any last advice that you can give to our audience today?
Same thing. You want to change anything in life, start changing your heart. Yeah, if your heart doesn't change, anything else that you do is not going to work.
All right. Thank you, Francis. Thanks for your time this morning. I believe that we have answered all the questions that have in our chat. I shall now pass this time to Christine to actually run through with us the announcements before we close for today.
It's Sharon.
Yes.
Sharon. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Nicholas and Francis, for this valuable session and sharing. So we will now move on to announcements. All right. So for regional announcement, we are having a retreat this Thursday and Friday. So our office will be closed during this time. So if you do get in touch with us, please allow for a delay in response. And also our family reunion will be starting this Saturday until next week, Tuesday. So there will be no regional trainings during this time. Because most of our regional and market center leadership will be attending family reunion. So if you get in touch with us, please allow a delay in response as well. But as usual, your MCS will be available to respond to you. All right. And for touch points, as usual, we have it on our workplace available. So feel free to download them and get in touch with your clients. Next slide. All right. Okay. So that's all for regional announcement. Thank you everyone for joining us and have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.
Like butter, like a criminal undercover, gonna pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cold shakes on the, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that.